welcome to the CrossForge Gaming Podcast. It's the year 2022. It's your host, Darman, your host, Dan Mack, and your host, Polybius.
I'm one of those people.
I am none of those people.
Prove it.
We're coming back at you again with more podcasts, less fluff, more content. We're spotting a new format. We're going to try it out, try and keep things a little bit short, sweet, succinct, and to the point.
We have taken the fluff from season 1, and I've injected it directly into my stomach.
Oh, you guys went for the stomach? Oh, I did not do that.
This man said he wanted the cake injections.
Yeah, I'm looking thick as nobody's business now.
So season 1 was from like July.
It was like July.
Some J word in the summer. A summer J word
Summer
of 2020.
Jamantha of 2020.
Way back. No, I guess I was going to say it's before the pandemic, but you know what? It was not.
Right during.
Right after the pandemic started, because that was like March of 2020, and I can't believe we're going into like year 3 of this wildness.
Indeed.
So season 1 ended with at the end of the year of our Lord 2020. We're back now, as Darman said.
Bro, I think you meant 2021.
That's what he said.
He said 2020.
To 2021. Dude, I don't know. I hate the 2020s. They all sound exactly the same. It's difficult to differentiate between them. It's stupid.
They've all felt exactly the same too. So it's just like, I don't know, 2019 could have been yesterday for all I care.
So if you're just joining us in this new season, this new time of life, go, if you want to get to know our personalities a little bit better, season 1's going to be the place for that. Going forward, we're hoping to be a little bit more informational, a little bit more content-oriented with our unique flavors of personality.
I think my flavor is cardamom.
Ooh, what a fancy spice. I'm just out here like oregano.
You know, I want to say my personality spice would be like the dominant one spice that Michael got me hooked on, but saying that sounds really awkward.
Because it's called the dominant one?
It's called the dominant one spice, sold by Marion K. I'm like, wow, this dominant spice made me...
Yeah, it made you what?
Disclaimer.
Excuse me?
Disclaimer, this episode is not sponsored by Marion K. Dominant One. But Marion K., if you're listening, we're open.
Please sponsor me. Your spice is phenomenal. It has taken over my life.
CrossForgeGaming@gmail.com.
Welcome to CrossForge Flavor. Anyway, so speaking of season 2, we figured we'd ask the community, the people that are actually listening, what do you want to hear out of this podcast? Because we're working out all the kinks, working out all the weirdness of running a podcast, and we figured if you're sitting here listening to these schmoes talk about video games, you might as well have some input on what the hell we're talking about. So feel free to send us an email, ask us a question, show up on Facebook and be like, yo, can you guys stop being so annoying on the podcast? Can you like
that's the one request we cannot facilitate. I'm so sorry.
The bar was down here, can't meet it.
Exactly. At the end of the day, y'all, if that's your request,
you're listening to the wrong podcast.
Yeah,
sure. Suck a lemon.
You can send us those suggestions at crossforgegaming@gmail.com. You can go on to the Book of Faces, which, side note, for the first time ever, lost users that in a quarter, the last quarter of 2021.
Imagine losing 30% of your value.
Yeah, we have a group, CrossForge Gaming Community. Is that what it is? Is it called? Okay. Anyway, you can type in CrossForge Gaming. It'll be there. We're there. I can't say the next part because it's not true. Also, we have a Discord.
There's a Discord. There's a Twitter. We're starting a MeWe group. There's a Twitch channel where I hang out.
MeWe?
MeWe? Oh, it's an alternative social media platform that's not Parler.
Is that the one that Donald Trump started?
No, Donald Trump didn't start either of these. But Parler was the big conservative one after Twitter started banning more conservative blue check marks. But that's neither here nor there.
Blue check marks? And it just sounds so offensive.
I mean, it should
You're a
be.
blue check mark.
Bro, we avoid Twitter like the plague out here, which is to say something considering we're like hopefully on the bottom end of an actual pandemic. Don't go to Twitter. You'll get more than just the virus down there.
So, community highlight. Community highlight. We've been playing all sorts of different games in the Discord, and I would just like to especially shout out our Halo gang being led with Tarkil, Polybius, and Uncle Smellin. I see you all lurking in the Discord, and it's a great
Although
time.
I will say, Nacho has also been in on it. And whenever Nacho plays, we're all just, absolutely wrecking.
What
but
a unit.
Polybius doesn't want to play Halo with me anymore. We played like a week and a half ago, and we were just doing garbage. And he's like, "Man, I need Tarkil here." Like, fine. I don't have to be a part of it.
You haven't been on when we've been playing Halo, which is usually like late at evenings.
Well, not in the last couple weeks, but that's because I've been playing other games.
I've also been playing other games. Don't tell my wife. But yes, playing with Tarkil and
is Halo's your wife?
Yeah, don't tell 343.
Don't tell Cortana.
I don't think I want to.
Have you seen that new model? It's atrocious.
Just needs to be blue, y'all. It was not that hard.
Is it though?
It looks pretty bad.
Why does everybody hate it? It looks like a it's a person.
All right, yeah, this is a
Cortana's not a person.
Cortana is an AI based on a person, which is to say Halsey. If they take the current model that they have and just make it bluer, change the hue to a deeper blue more akin to the actual game, you're A-okay. You got the Cortana voice actor.
I agree.
Just make it blue, y'all. Please, Paramount, don't make me want to.
She does look. She looks too real.
It's uncanny.
So I think she needs to be. Yeah. What is there? There's a psychological term for that. Things that look
uncanny valley.
That's it. Yeah. I think we talked about that, like dolls and stuff. If it looks too much like a people,
the brain
might as well be a people.
Yeah.
But that's not our topic for today. Today's topic, fellas, what are your top most excited games for 2022? Games that are coming out this year. What is on your buy list?
Bro, what year is it?
22.
Damn.
2022.
It's time to...
I'm going last.
I don't know. I feel like you have more to offer.
Mine's gonna take exactly. That's why I'm going last.
Well, in that case, I'll go first because I could not care less about a majority of the games coming out. Let me tell you what. No, but I will say, top of the list, it has got to be the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
So what exactly is that? Is that just that's movies like 7, 8, 9?
I think it could be the latest trilogy of Star Wars movies coming out in video game format. I did hear a rumor, perhaps even a theory, that it's going to be a remaster of all the other ones. What would you say?
I watched the trailer several times because I was extremely excited. My wife is excited. The dog's excited. Yeah, surprised. The Star Wars family, it's no shock. No shock at all. It is all 9 current Star Wars mainline movies featuring the Skywalker family through Anakin, Luke, and then Rey Palpatine.
Spoilers. Spoiler.
Bro, I'm pretty sure the movie's been out for like... Yeah, it's been...
Has it only been 3 years? I haven't seen episode 9. I saw 7.
I haven't seen the latest one either. But man...
At any rate. But yeah, so it's sporting a new coat of plastic paint. There's different like over-the-shoulder shooting mechanics. It's a lot more of an adventure game with beat 'em up. It's not the Lego Star Wars that we grew up with on the GameCube. That's for sure.
Indeed,
it actually looks
say,
really tight.
It looks phenomenal.
I mean, that's good because I feel like Lego games up until now have all basically just been the exact same.
Indeed.
It's really like what scene do you want for your
It's a
Lego
formula
game?
that works, you know?
And it is great.
I mean, it does for a while. I think like the Star Wars Lego Star Wars on the GameCube was fun, because I think at that time, I had friends that would come over and we'd play it like co-op together and just dick around. But like they're not games that I wanted to play by myself, especially after having put so much time into the Star Wars games.
Indeed, I will say my favorite Lego game was Lego Indiana Jones. That was like a 2006 PC release. And I played that for years. It was amazing. And yeah, the new Lego Star Wars is looking pretty phenomenal. I am absolutely here.
Lego Star Wars.
So that was your number one pick for 22?
That is my numero del uno.
What's your numero del dos?
Well, you see, I'm going to need some toilet paper for this one.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
I don't like this.
I'm uncomfortable.
No. I will. The next one has
Pooping Simulator 2022.
Exactly. Soon to be released. Nah, but my next one is going to be the Starfield by Bethesda. I'm not, and out of all the games coming out of this year, this is one that I could see myself actually, wanting to pick up. I'm not excited for it because the last time I got excited for a Bethesda game, we all know what happened.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have shit on Bethesda pretty hard in our most recent episodes.
It's because I care so much,
He wouldn't pick on you if he didn't care.
Exactly. That. All right. I'm only doing that for game companies, not for people, because game companies are corporations and they do not care about people as humans. In any case, not to get philosophical, that's the only other one I'm really looking forward to. I will say, to continue the trend of trash-talking game companies, I'm excited for Halo Infinite to release as a full game instead of this beta test that we've been playing for the last half year.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool once we can actually do co-op on that
as
big,
intended.
massive open world.
I still haven't touched the campaign.
The campaign's good.
It makes sense that the campaign's not co-op because it's not a traditional campaign for Halo. It's literally an open world. I mean, it makes sense.
It's got to be far more involved.
Yeah.
I understand there's got to be a lot more like interesting, intricate things about the Halo Infinite multiplayer co-op because there's a lot more to it than just, every other Halo campaign. But boy howdy, if I'm not excited for it.
Would they say that's going to be released in May?
Something like that. There's a lot.
That'd be cool.
Oh, speaking of things that coming out, I think everybody's kind of excited for this. The new Survivors of the Void DLC
from
Risk of Rain.
Oh,
that's a
coming
median
out
for all of us. First quarter, which is to say May. They released the day for it.
They finally
May
did.
is not,
yeah.
May is not the first quarter.
Yeah, I have no idea. But
March
Q2.
is the first quarter.
But it could be March then. Ooh, not me. Anyway, but yeah, they're releasing a
Pretty
sniper,
sure
and they're coming out with some maps and a new horde mode. It's going to be sick. In any case,
March 1st, it says on Steam.
Let's go. 2 days before my birthday. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
12-hour birthday live stream. Let's go.
Bro, let's do it. I'm already here for it.
Oh, man. I'm rusty.
But that is all I have to say. Those are my Vigia games.
Now, I don't know much about Starfield. Can you give me like the quick synopsis of what it's supposed to be?
Bro, I have no idea. I
was about to ask,
clue.
Is this game even confirmed for 22? Because
Yeah.
I heard zero PR about it. Literally zero. There's no trailer. There's no video. There's the teaser animation from 3 years ago, the same summer that 76 actually came out.
Indeed. This one has been cooking apparently for a long time. It's supposed to release November 11th.
Yeah, that's what Game Informer says.
Yeah, but yes. It's
So you don't know anything about it?
from what it looks like, it looks like
knows.
space Fallout. That's effectively it. I enjoy Bethesda's game style. The way that they make games play is, I don't know, I enjoy it. Just that weird
What do you mean by
open
that?
world style, like Fallout, which is to say, Fallout 3, New Vegas, Fallout 4 even. Not so much the story-wise of Fallout 4, but the gunplay. The way that their games play, even in the engine that needs to be severely upgraded, is fun. I enjoy it. And
So what do we think? Is this going to be like a traditional Bethesda like one-player game, or is this going to be more akin to Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online?
From what I'm guessing, it's probably going to be another single player. Which from what we've seen, that's like their area of expertise. Online multiplayer is not their wheelhouse.
They've definitely they have not done an acceptable, well, I can't say that. They have not accommodated the online space in the way that people are looking for. Elder Scrolls Online is really just Elder Scrolls with a WoW skin, right?
Indeed.
It doesn't hold to,
or WoW with an Elder Scrolls skin.
What did I say?
You said Elder Scrolls with a WoW skin.
Yeah, you said it more correct.
I was like, I got you.
I don't word too good. But I mean, it's really hard to translate some of these environments and games into a multiplayer experience that's meaningful. Some people seem to think that if you were to just copy and paste, right, Skyrim into a multiplayer environment where you can level up independently, well, you have to do character handling, exception handling for spawning new events, dragons, stat tracking, quest tracking, and these integrations, if you don't implement them well, just make your core gameplay loop fall apart.
But yeah, I feel like if Starfield releases as a single player game, it will work out much better than their multiplayer releases. Not to say Elder Scrolls Online was bad, it was mostly just boring. Fallout 76 was a little bit of both. But
I can't wait for the modding community to fix Starfield.
Yeah. Unironically. But yeah, I'm not excited for Starfield, but it is one that I'm looking forward to. It's like, I'm going to watch this, put on my watch list on Steam. I am skeptical to have hope.
Yeah.
Take a little skepticide with his hopium.
Exactly. With the last about 5 years of games, I'm like, I realize that having hope is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea in the video games.
That's pretty accurate. So, Darman, what are your most anticipated games of 2020, 2022?
The year of our Lord today.
Put a beat on that. Hang on. Can you get a beat on that?
2020.
Bro, call a doctor. He's having a stroke.
So my number one pick is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. It's been 3 years since Borderlands 3 came out, and now we are returning to Tiny Tina's D&D.
3 years?
Yeah, 2019.
Whoa.
Is that when the last Borderlands game came out?
Came out like last year or something.
Borderlands 3 came out a while ago.
September 13th, 2019. So not quite 3 years. Give it a few more months.
Okay.
But like,
yeah. We're like 2.5 years out, but still much longer than I thought it was. Okay. Seriously thought it was last year. All right, Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yep, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, returning to the setting of the Borderlands 2 DLC, The Assault on Dragon's Keep. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is its own standalone story. I'm excited for it. I really love the Dragon's Keep realm, that DLC. Some of the items that came out of it, the unique legendaries, were phenomenal, with fun, creative shot placement. The magic missile grenade, I hope makes a return. It's honestly, the best grenade in Borderlands 2, hands down.
What did it do?
It's homing.
It was a magic missile.
It's magic missile. You shoot magic missile into the darkness.
At Magic Mike or what?
No, Magic Donald. I had something clever for that. But Magic Missile would release 5 capsules that would home and seek. So you could just throw them into an area and it regenerates over time. That was one of the recurring themes of the grenade mods in the Dragon's Keep DLC was that you would generate the grenade mods over time, like restorative MP, mana points.
Oh, as opposed to like having to pick up new
grenades,
like more grenades. I got you. Interesting.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Okay,
there was like
so
a lightning
it shoots
bolt.
out 5 and they're homing.
Yep. So Magic Missile was like the one that you
Better
got
not shoot
towards
my
the
homies.
end. You had to farm 2 or 3 different boss minions and just keep respawning the room. And so they home, they refill, so you could just kite anything in circles and just throw grenades. You didn't have to actually play the game.
So for Tiny Tina's Wonderland workshop.
Wonderland.
Sorry, not
no, it is Wonderland.
Is
Yes.
it? Oh, it is?
Wonderland
shoot.
Workshop. Tiny
Is it-
Tina's Wonderland Workshop.
All right, we'll go for both. Is this
Whimsical
going to be
Wonderland Workshop.
proper
It is
game
sup-
release, or is it
It
going to
is
be a
supposed
DLC?
to be a proper game release. It is separate and standalone from Borderlands 3. So
Do you think there will be integration between the two?
The only integration I imagine is that it would use the shift system. So getting golden keys and everything from the various places that you do.
I hope, and they have no reason not to, but I hope that they integrate with Twitch like they did with Borderlands 3.
Yes, that was a really fun feature, and I will be using it day one if it's on here, right?
So for everyone who doesn't know, Borderlands 3 had an integration with Twitch that if you could link your Shift account with Twitch, and then if you were watching somebody stream Borderlands 3, you could like add monsters and
Enhance the
you
badasses, give them grenades, give them health.
Yeah, like we had another guy in the community named Ned. He like spawned a badass, and it even says like Ned's badass. And then he could like type certain things, I think, into the stream, and it would make the badass. It would like give him more health or give him more ammo or better guns. And honestly, for like the first time, it made like badasses in Borderlands difficult.
Yeah, it was a challenge, a struggle for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So that kind of works like Twitch spawns then.
Yes, for like
with
in
other
Minecraft
games
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, or I've used it in Noita.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a pretty sweet thing.
That sounds
it can make some funny stuff. Yeah, I mean Noita is hard enough as it is, but boy howdy, you get people
I still
spawning
haven't
in.
beaten it.
I still haven't picked it up. I don't think I want to.
It's difficult. I don't know. I wish there was more structure to it than there is.
Indeed, this is a different podcast topic. We gotta move on before I start talking about the alchemy and everything in the game. Anyway,
So Tiny Tina's number 1, number 2, Lego.
Whimsical Wonderland
That's
Workshop.
the type we're going with. WWW. My number 2 pick is Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, sharing a spot with Polybius here.
I'm surprised it wasn't number 1.
So I think that the Lego Star Wars games are great for children, and it is a great do-nothing franchise.
Excuse you.
For those who are young at heart, I'm sorry.
Get bent.
I mean, the last Lego Star Wars
Trying to
game I
tell
played was on the Wii, and it was Lego Star Wars 2, which was like the original trilogy. And I mean, I really enjoy the comedic Lego funny haha. We don't have voice acting, but we're gonna make all these funny grunts, and have our own unique satirical take on the story at large. So I hope that they continue that from the storyboarding and presentation. But I really enjoyed some of the mechanics I saw, some of the puzzles that were in the launch trailer. I think it's going to be a great multiplayer experience for my wife and I.
I don't think I've seen the trailer. I think we should put it into the
description.
The description, just to, if anyone else hasn't seen it, because I definitely will be watching it shortly after we get done here.
Indeed.
For sure.
I also hope that the Skywalker Saga comes with Steam integration, so you can just play multiplayer.
That would
through
be
Steam.
nice. Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet. The original Saga collection does not have multiplayer integration. It's got remote play. That's it. I'm like,
that is a deal breaker.
Yeah, remote play is...
Unless everyone has a Google Fiber line, forget it.
Yeah, then it's kind of like jittery, stuttery, perhaps. Maybe even a little bit of a janky.
So my third pick is not... it's kind of a new game. It's kind of not. The Pokemon TCG online is shutting down, and they are replacing it with Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. I am excited to get back into some other card games that are not Magic. I've been taking some time here and there to play Pokemon TCG. But with a new platform that will be accessible on mobile devices, because the current online app is not compatible with most phones or anything. So you really have to have a tablet or an iPad. You have to have a tablet.
Basically,
or you would have to play from your computer. Now, I don't have a whole lot of information on it. It's really just I'm excited.
But you're excited for it.
I would like to play more Pokemon.
Yeah, it's really a great card game. I really enjoy it as well.
It's very mathematically balanced, and there's very few times that I feel bad playing Pokemon. If I lose, usually it's because I genuinely misplayed, right? There's not a whole lot of things that stop people from playing their decks. I don't know. I do sometimes despise the non-interactiveness, but we're not here to talk about mathematical balancing of card games.
What does that mean, the non-interactiveness?
So in other games like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, there's things that you can do on your opponent's turn to obstruct and deny them different mechanics.
I gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's the reason why I really am drawn to Pokemon card game, is because it really simplifies it, and it's nice to just be able to like do what you need to do on your turn, and then you just kind of like let them do what they need to do, and instead of having to like really pay attention to every little thing that goes on, so that maybe I have something to counteract this. When should I do it?
And there is a really high skill ceiling within the limited function of how Pokemon plays. But you know what? I'm excited to hear what Dan Mack has to say.
Oh wow!
What a transition!
Wow. I guess I'll go next. Yeah, I guess so. Everyone else is gone. I'm gonna go from my least anticipated to my most, because flipping it, because I want to talk about my most anticipated. So at number 3 is Hogwarts Legacy, which they like officially said is supposed to come out this year. Like the CEO was like, the Hogwarts Legacy and one other game I forgot being produced by them is like, yeah, it's gonna come out this year, and it's just gonna be a cool, like, I like the Harry Potter universe. I don't think, like, as amazing as some of the older Harry Potter games were, I think that they don't really stand up to new technology. So it'd be cool to have this more or less open world Harry Potter game where you can do all the things that you can do, or that you could do like in real life. And I think that that's the cool thing about the video game space right now in history, is that we are approaching very quickly like video games that feel as real as they can. It's like you've got these open worlds, you've got these like multiple paths you can take. I mean, just like the real freedom of choice that comes with like real life.
We haven't had levels of immersion. And I think that's where you're looking for, is immersion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. To just like, not be limited by the things that we've been limited by technology. Really, we've been limited by technology, and so I'm excited. I think it's going to be cool. Just to like really live that. I have a lot of strong opinions about Harry Potter. I don't think that J.K. Rowling is a good author, and I could probably get crucified for that. But I think that she has a great story to tell. Someone else might have been better at telling it, but it was unique. It was new. It was unprecedented. All those other synonyms, and yeah, so it's awesome. For sure. I'm excited.
Yeah, having an important world, a universe to grow in, I think is really important. George Lucas, you could say the same thing about him with Star Wars. Gene Roddenberry with Star Trek, and I think you're right. The Harry Potter universe leaves a lot to be explored, and video games are a great medium to flesh out a world.
Right, and that's almost like, maybe we should talk about that on another podcast.
Hey.
What you guys don't see is Polybius is changing the background on his video. Just to the
That's a cheese on a banana in a microwave. Why?
First of
Disgusting.
all, I'm so impressed that you knew what that was without knowing it before. I was like, is that a sand dune?
Is this
what is going on?
Is that the spice?
Man,
this is the Marion K spice. It's just a banana with some cheese on it. Toss it in the microwave.
Wow, I've never hated you more than I do in this very moment.
Delicious.
Cheese on a banana in a microwave.
Number 2.
It tastes great.
Okay.
Don't smack it till you try it.
Okay, so number 2, this one. So this one is not number 1 because I'm skeptical about whether or not it's actually going to come out this year. But they say that it's going to. The sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Ooh.
The unnamed sequel. It's supposed to come out this year. They don't know what the name is. Nintendo has said that they don't want to give out the name of the game because it's going to give away too much of what the story's going to be like, but I'm a Zelda fanboy, always have been, always will be, and I just think it's going to be cool. You know, they talk about these games for a long time. The coolest part about the Breath of the Wild sequel is it actually came about because the developers loved working on Breath of the Wild so much. They had so many ideas for DLC that Nintendo was like, guys, this is too much DLC.
Just make a whole new game out of it.
We need to do... Exactly. And I think it's cool. And what's cool about that is you've got people who are passionate and invested in the work that they're doing because they're really the ones that started it. And it's a similar story to one of the most popular games in the Zelda series, Majora's Mask. Because Majora's Mask came out, the director of Zelda was like, hey, we got this idea for a story, and all the developers were like, no, that's stupid. And he's like, all right, you have 1 year to make me a game, otherwise we're doing my idea. And that's how Majora's Mask came about, which is one of the most popular in the whole series. So,
you know, I agree. So,
thanks for your input.
What is your numero de la uno?
So, like, in contrast to the Breath of the Wild sequel, my number 1 is in the number 1 spot because it already has came out. And that is Pokemon Legends Arceus. Let me tell you, here. My guys. Oh my goodness. It's a phenomenal game. There are some tedious parts to it. Like traveling between areas isn't possible directly. You have to like go back to your main base and then go back out to a different area, which
I guess walk me through. What is this, a mainline Pokemon game? What's different about it?
What do you mean a mainline Pokemon game?
I know that it's not a mainline Pokemon game like Diamond and Pearl, right?
Right, yeah. In fact, it's set like hundreds of years in the past in the same region as Diamond and Pearl, which is interesting. And it may have been a very strategic thing for them because Diamond and Pearl came out like a month or two ago, and then now you've got Pokemon Legends Arceus coming out in the same region. So it's like people play Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, or if it's the other one around, and they're like, oh, this is really cool. But like then Nintendo's like, Game Freak's like, let's take you back hundreds of years in the past. And the storyline, it's not, I'm not going to give any spoilers because it's literally the first thing. It's like, you're basically a kid from now and you get transported into the past. And so it has similar, because of that, it has like a similar vibe as the Mystery Dungeon ones. Because in the Mystery Dungeon games, you're like a human, and then you get like transported into the world of Pokemon. You turn into a Pokemon. So
you turn into a Pokemon?
Yeah, man. You've never played the Mystery Dungeon games?
I wish they would come. I wish Nintendo
I have not.
Let us play on PC.
The Mystery Dungeon, well, so like the first couple iterations of the Mystery Dungeon games are very cool. The most recent iteration, which was called Super Mystery Dungeon, was not as good. It basically forced you through the story, so you had to go through it, and then like for me, and maybe other people are like this too, if I get through a story, I don't really like have the desire to go back and do other things. I'm like, oh well, the story, like I'm not really.
We're not completionists.
Right. So Pokemon Legends Arceus is like, it's how we imagined Pokemon as a kid.
Okay. It's
like Pokemon don't just live in tall grass. You can catch Pokemon without even engaging in a battle. Ooh. The battle themselves is a new form where you can run around while the battle is happening and like see the battle from a 3D view. I mean, like seriously, walk all the way around it. It's so cool. You can throw berries to have Pokemon eat them, which makes them easier to catch. You're crafting items out of apricorns and rocks and to make your Pokeballs. It's just really a very well done Pokemon game. I mean, I would give it like a solid 8 out of 10 because there is some tediousness to it, but honestly, it's so great. I mean, it's like you're playing in the anime.
That's a great picture that you sold me. I got to get this game. If I wasn't going to get this game before, I am now.
Right, because like in the anime, Ash is like going through, and sometimes he catches Pokemon without them even seeing him. Right, like
Caterpie.
You can, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
it's really awesome. I'm enjoying it so much. That's the reason why I haven't been playing Fortnite or Halo Infinite recently, is because I've just been playing Pokemon Legends. It's phenomenal, and I hope that they use this same format for future Pokemon games.
Is it only on Switch at the moment?
It is only on Switch. It's never gonna go to PC because it's a Nintendo game. But
modders be like, we'll see about that.
Oh yeah, people have been porting all sorts of old games that the companies didn't want to port over, just emulating them straight on the PC. So
yeah, because
I have my hopes.
The like source code for the Nintendo 64 came out, so emulators jumped on that. But if Pokemon Legends Arceus ever came to PC, I think the first mod that would happen is you'd be able to like catch John Cena.
You sure it wouldn't be Thomas the Tank Engine?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'd be something along the lines.
It would be up there. You know? They would replace like all rock Pokemon with Dwayne Johnson. They would replace all steel Pokemon with Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's just so cool. One cool feature about the game is that you have Pokemon that have been in older games like Machoke, Haunter, Kadabra, where in the past, in order to evolve them, you needed to trade them.
Oh,
but there's no need to do that.
What?
You can get. There's an item that you just give them, and it evolves them.
So just like giving them a moonstone or something from the older games.
Exactly, and I don't think I can't consider this a spoiler, but the item that you give them is called a link cable.
That's amazing.
And it literally looks like a tiny version of the cable you would use to trade Pokemon back in the Game Boy Advance. It's awesome. There you can change your color, your hair, or sorry, your clothes, your hair, your eye color.
Customization.
I mean, like it's so great.
We love to see it.
The So I guess I've been talking a lot about this. I'll discuss one more mechanic of the game that I think is really great, and then we can move on to whatever else we got. But so now Pokemon can master moves. And
they learn the moves level up.
So the moves don't level up, but they've got 2 levels if you want to consider it that. They've got the normal one, and then they can master a move. And when a Pokemon masters a move, they can use either an agile or a strong style. And it's completely like every time you use this move, you can choose to do the base move, the agile, or the strong style. If you use either of the styles, it takes 2 PP instead of 1. And
PowerPoints for anybody who's never played.
PowerPoints. Yeah, PowerPoints. So Pokemon have a certain amount of times they can use a move. Basically, if you use either of those special styles, it takes 2 of those points. The Agile style will make it so that you can go again if the Pokemon is fast enough. So
you can take a second action.
Yeah, so it increases your action speed, but it does less damage. And then Strong Style does the exact opposite. It lowers your action speed, but it does more damage. And so you kind of pair those with whatever you need in the moment. Like, am I trying to catch an alpha Pokemon, which is another thing in the game, and I don't want to kill it, so I'm going to use the Agile style to do less damage, hopefully not killing it, and then use the second turn that my Pokemon has got to throw a Pokeball instead of attacking again. Or am I getting ready to die and I just need to get this Pokemon
get out of here
done, and I'm just going to use a strong style.
That flexibility is so cool, and I really like that flexibility for combat. I definitely don't see that specific feature would break the tournament circuits. Oh man.
Oh yeah, it's going to. Another. I know I said I was only going to talk about one more.
This is like the end.
In the same line as the moves, the Pokemons don't forget any moves.
Ooh.
Each Pokemon has a move bank, a library, if you will. You can switch those moves out in between battles.
That's sick!
Oh, here we go.
No more HM slaves. Yeah. Bidoof, you matter.
No more HM slaves.
Bidoof does not have to learn cut, swim, surf, strength.
Linoon was my HM slave in Gen 3. That's
crazy.
So. That's why that is my number one.
That makes sense.
My number one most anticipated.
Amazing. So many fun games coming out in 2022. Well, thank you so much for joining us for the first podcast of a new season. You can find us in the link tree below. We've condensed our links. It'll take you to listen to the podcast. Other episodes of the podcast in multiple places. We're getting signed on to iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts. You can also find the community groups.
All of the things.
All the places where you can make some friends.
Find the community groups, Discord, Facebook. Tell us what your most anticipated game of 2022 is, why you agree or disagree with our decisions, and what you hope to see from Season 2 of the CrossForge Gaming
Tell your
podcast.
mom, tell your friends.
Indeed, and if you give us $200,000, we'll start a CFG dating app. And we'll put that in our link tree as well.
Wow. Actually, that's a thing already, sort of. Not CFG specifically.
Discord is not a dating app,
There's an app. There's an app for gamers where you're like, hey.
Of course there is.
I've gotten ads for it, and it's like, hey, you bored and you want to play a game? Get on here and you can chat with other gamers and link up, and like it's just like it's a weird way.
I want to play World of Warcraft with someone, but I don't know anybody that plays, so I'm going to sign on to my gamer dating app and be like, yo, you want to grind some dungeons with me? And they're like, hell yeah.
Are they the kinds?
Then you sign on and they're like, what, 100 levels above you? You're like, God.
Said, get in the backpack, kid. We're going slaying.
But yes, thank you for listening. We will see you all tomorrow.
We will see you all tomorrow.
In your dreams.
In your dreams. Bye!